Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. Today, we are going to do a showdown. First in, last out versus Bonechiller. Legendary energy slug shotgun head-to-head. We'll go over the stats, we'll go over the perks, we'll go over all the different things, what I think about the gun. I'll pick a winner. I'll pick the best of the bunch, the best of the two. So if that sounds like a good idea and a fun video, hit the like button right now, and we'll get into it. So, let's go over the two guns. I will put the links in the description for the God roll guides I did on each of these in detail. Look at all the perks, the stats, everything. More detail in this video for sure. But we're going to take them head to head in this video. So I'll go over each one, talk about it a little bit, and then we'll put them up against each other. So first, let's talk about first in, last out. It is a legendary energy shotgun. It is the gun right now, the slug shotgun that can roll with auto-loading holster and Vorpal Weapon. Everybody wants it right now because it can have auto-loading holster and Vorpal Weapon. Get that boss damage, get that Tanix Abomination DPS in there. I haven't done it yet, but I hear this is the gun for that. Now, in my inventory, I do have a slide shot Vorpal Weapon. I have not been blessed with the auto-loading holster Vorpal Weapon first in, last out, but I do have the gun that has the Vorpal. I like slide shot better than auto-loading holster, but that's just me. That's personal preference. When I have a shotgun out, slide shot works really, really well for me. So I like doing that with this gun. Next, Bonechiller, the new kid on the block. The legendary energy shotgun that's a slug precision frame. Cannot roll with Vorpal Weapon, but it can roll with auto-loading holster. And you can farm this one. You can't farm the first in, last out anymore. First in, last out at this point was a Season 11 weapon. Now it is Season 12 currently. And the only way to get first in, last out is to get lucky. The best way to get lucky is to go to the gunsmith to give him all your weapon parts because his loot pool is just weapons. Everybody else's loot pool includes armor. So first in, last out coming from good old Banshee is the best idea. Bonechiller, you can go to Varix and you can directly farm this with his bounties. If you've completed all the sabotage missions that he has, upgraded him all the way up, and now you can do weapon bounties, and Bonechiller is one of those. You can get a Bonechiller about every 10 or 15 minutes if you have enough of the Here Always pieces. So go see Varix if you don't have one and you want to get one, get the Bonechiller. I like the Bonechiller. It was hard for me to use it in the beginning because of the sight. The scope that you look down, it's just one post with a dot. And I didn't like it, but I've gotten used to it and I like it now. So this is the new kid on the block, the new Void slug shotgun from Season 12. It does cap out at 1410, whereas the first in, last out caps out at 1360. So it'll be sunset in Season 12. Bonechiller will be sunset in Season 15. Bonechiller will be sunset in Season 16, so you get an extra season out of the Bonechiller. First in, last out does arc damage. They're a little bit different, but they're basically slug shotguns in the energy slot. And depending on what you want to use it for, that may be the one you want to go for. Now, we're not including the Raid shotgun, because I know that is a slug shotgun, but I'm pretty sure that one's a kinetic. So, a bit of a different situation with that one. If you have that one, let me know what your role is and what you like about it. If you have either one of these, Bonechiller, first in, last out, let me know what you like, what your role, what your perfect role is if it's not the one everybody's going for. Now let's put them head to head. First up, stats. Very similar. They have the same RPM, the same impact, almost identical range and stability. Reload speed's the same. Inventory size is very similar. Zoom, recoil, bounce intensity, all very similar. Mag size is a little bit higher in first in, last out. You get 6, whereas you get 5 on the Bonechiller. Two big spots of difference are the handling and the aim assist. Bonechiller has huge aim assist compared to first in, last out, whereas first in, last out has great handling. Bonechiller not so much, which I'll agree to these stats very, very wholeheartedly. Bonechiller feels like it hits really, really good, but it's hard to use, whereas first in, last out feels like I'm missing shots, but the handling is great. I do admit the first in, last out scope or sight or reticle, whatever you want to call it, I like it a lot better than Bonechiller. But Bonechiller's aim assist really makes up for it once you figure out where you're looking on the screen to aim at the things you want to shoot. So stat-wise, they have their uses. First in, last out, it's going to be quicker. Bonechiller is going to hit easier. So depending on what you want to do with it, if you're fighting a smaller enemy, Bonechiller is going to do a little bit better. If you're fighting a big enemy with a big crit spot, first in, last out. If If you're in someone's face, it's easy to hit. First in, last out is going to do it for you. Bonechiller with that aim assist, it's going to be a little bit easier to hit the smaller targets, but the handling is going to detract from that. So a bit of a trade-off here in the stats, but very, very similar guns. So you're not going to feel much difference between the two. The main difference is going to be in your perk rolls, your random rolls. Barrels and mag perks are pretty much identical on these two, so we'll exclude those for comparison purposes, but because you can get small bore, you can get fluted barrel, you can get corkscrew rifling, you can get assault mag, you can get appended mag, you can get tactical mag, you can get accurized rounds. You get all those on both of them. They basically have the same of those two perk columns. Very, very similar, if not identical. They're identical. I just looked at them back to back. They're identical. So we'll just look at the perk columns. First up, Bonechiller. First perk column, you can get lead from gold, auto-loading holster, triple tap, firmly planted, surplus, and dual loader. I actually like dual loader if you pair it with threat detector, which is what I had in this video. So the first perk column for first in, last out, you can get outlaw, auto-loading holster, hip fire grip, slide shot, and pulse monitor. So you have better options on Bonechiller. It does have the auto-loading holster. It does not have outlaw, which I don't know if I care about outlaw in this situation. There's no hip fire grip like you have on first in, last out, but you do have lead from gold, which I'm a big fan of. I recently, after I stopped recording footage, I went back to Farrax. I got a lead from gold threat detector version, which I really like of the Bonechiller. So I think Bonechiller wins first column comparison because it does have auto-loading holster and there's a little bit more options there. First in, less out only has outlaw, auto-loading holster, hip fire grip, slide shot, and pulse monitor. So one less perk and a few less usable perks, but the main one, auto-loading holster, is on both of the weapons. So it's kind of a tie, first perk column. Second perk column, they both start out with Demolitionist. Bonechiller then has Dragonfly, One for All, Threat Detector, which I really like, Slideways, not Slide Shot, excuse me, and then Opening Shot. First in, last out has Demolitionist as well. Then it has Vorpal. That's the big key to this gun. It has Vorpal. Then you have Surrounded, Opening Shot, Eye of the Storm. So Bonechiller, or first in, last out, definitely wins that because it has Vorpal. That's it. But if you're being a more broad player like me, and you play all the different parts of Destiny, having a gun that can do more than one thing might be more useful to you. Now, slug shotgun's more specific in its application than most shotguns, so if you're using a slug shotgun, you're going to be using precision hits. So maybe Dragonfly on the Bonechiller might be something you'd go for. But in the second perk column, first in, last out wins because of Vorpal and its specific application and how much DPS you can get out of it. But don't doubt the Bonechiller. It does have the DPS that first in, last out has. The only difference is going to be that Vorpal increase in damage. So it does the same thing, honestly. The only situation where you're going to want to run the first in, last out over the Bonechiller, if you don't have a perfect Bonechiller or a perfect first in, last out, but you have a Vorpal first in, last out, it's going to be boss damage. It's going to be that raid boss damage, those super situations where you need that high DPS number from Vorpal Weapon. And if that's the case, you know, Vorpal first in, last out is a good one to have if you got it. If you don't have it, you'll be fine with the Bonechiller. Not even a big deal. Now, comparing the two, I got to pick a winner. Which gun, and before I do this, you better tell me which one's your favorite of these two in chat or in the comments. There's no chat. In the comment section, Bonechiller, first in, last out. Which one you going? Team Bonechiller, team first in, last out. I got to say, I was team first in, last out. I really was, because I feel like it's more usable for me. The scope, Vorpal, it's more my gun. But I like Bonechiller. I really, really do. But head to head, I got to pick a winner. I'm going first in, last out. What are you guys picking? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. And hit the subscribe button, hit the join button, monetarily support the channel. All the things. Do those things. Let me know which one you picked. And until then, until next time, I'm Death Above. I'll see you later. See you, bye.